Hello, good morning everybody. Welcome back to FUTV United TV. Happy match day, happy Manchester Derby day. Will it be a happy Manchester Derby day? We're going to go through what faces Michael Carrick with a fully fit squad, barring the absence of Matheus Cunha. Who is he going to pick? There is going to be an interesting selection dilemma in the front line for Manchester United for a change. We're not even looking at Lacey Mason-Mount or Joshua Zirkzee. We've still got a problem after that when you don't count them players. Who is going to start out of Matheus Cunha, Ahmad and Bryan Mbeumo? Because we can safely say that Benjamin Sesko is going to play. Bruno, of course, will play. Or will he? Get your comments in on that one. You never know, but I've got a good feeling that the captain will play in this one. There's Kobe Mainoo fit in. I'm going to bring my team up on the screen. We're going to get into all of that. It's going to get your thoughts on what you think Manchester United will do today to face up to a high-flying Manchester City, obviously scoring for fun. 12 goals in their last 2 games in the Cup. We'll bring up the form. We'll bring up the odds. What the bookies are also saying in terms of who is favourite to win this game, what everyone else is saying about the game as well. I'll be heading straight off pretty much after we've finished today, getting ready and getting the vibes around Old Trafford, heading into the derby today. It's a massive day for Manchester United and Michael Carrick, and an even bigger day for these players, because the fans will go there and the fans will expect. The fans will expect a reaction. They will expect maximum from this Manchester United side today. And if, and it's a massive if, and I'm not going to blow it up too much, if Manchester United do come away with a positive result today, then it's such an important part of the season for United now, coming out of the back end of this tough group of games. They can come out of it and still be in the fight with Michael Carrick fully in and able to concentrate on what's coming. Possibly with January signings in the bag. I'll touch on that as well this morning and keep you up to date with all of the transfer news and what's going on. Then Michael Carrick's got a good chance of getting something out of this Manchester United team this season. I'm not holding my breath, and I've said before, I don't think he will. But I'm obviously looking and hoping that the positives come out of Man United and we do get something today. So let's get into what Michael Carrick has to do. I mean, get your comments in, everybody. I'm going to bring my team up on the screen in a moment. But first of all, that is the big question. You've seen the thumbnail. You've seen the title of this video today. Huge day for United. Which way does Michael Carrick go? Who comes in to that front line? I actually think that Benjamin Sesko is going to be in, definitely. He's our only striker. He's scored 3 in his last 2 games, and I think goals are needed. I do believe that Manchester United, Michael Carrick that is, will be playing Sesko today. So it's that 3 behind him. Mbeumo has to play. He has to play 100%. I think Bruno will play simply because he's the captain, and I think he's our main goal threat in this team. And then you've got a decision to make between Ahmad and Matheus Cunha. And that is where I think it gets tricky. That's, for me, where I would go with Ahmad. In fact, you know what? Let's get into the actual team that I would pick straight away here, because I want to look at it on the screen. I want to get your thoughts on what you think of this team right now. So, first of all, the game itself and everything that's coming up for Manchester United. You can see there the head-to-heads with Manchester City. Thanks again to Stream Builder for all of our stats and information. Form for both of these sides, not that good. Lot drawn the last 3 games, Manchester City and Manchester United. Of course, City's form has come in the FA Cup, 10-1 against Exeter, 2-0 against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup, first leg semi-final at St James's Park. So, Premier League form for City is off and not firing. They need a result today. They desperately need a result today. The bookies actually have Man City as favourites, not just for this game, as you can see in the bottom right-hand corner there, but the bookies have actually got Manchester City favourite for the league title now. And that's probably off the back of them signing Marc Guéhi, I'm guessing. But Guéhi's not fit today, and this is a big game. If they fall today and Arsenal go further in front, then Marc Guéhi, Antoine Semenyo and City, ahead of everybody else in this transfer window, signing and strengthening, still might not be enough to clinch them that league title. So realistically today is probably even bigger for Manchester City when you look at the bigger prize aspects of it, because their title could be over. Their title race could be over today if they don't turn up and beat United. A draw is not even a good result for for Manchester City today, because Arsenal, I think and expect, will beat Nottingham Forest today at the City Ground. They play later on, so I think they beat Nottingham Forest, and then that puts them well in front of Man City. And I think then that's a tough one to claw back for them. They need Arsenal to lose at least 3 games to overtake them, and that's hard to see. And I just feel like with the second half of the season coming in, I think that will be the big push from Arsenal. I think that you just get honed in, don't you? You're fully concentrated, and I think it'll be difficult for City to overtake Arsenal. So, big one for City today. Form, as we know, last time United beat City was last season away from home. At Old Trafford, not very good for Manchester United either. We're struggling to score against Manchester City in the last 2 attempts we've played them. I don't think we have done. Obviously, 0-0 ball draw here last season, wasn't it? I remember it. Oh, God, it was a bore fest. It was a shocker. But looking at the table there, you can see right at the top, between United and City, there isn't much. And if you'd have actually seen Manchester United overcome them draws and then poor performances against really poor sides at Old Trafford, United would have been right in and amongst it. And this game might have had a completely different look about it. It might have had a Manchester United closing in on Man City within a couple of points if United had been able to beat a 10-man Everton at home, or at least hold one of the 3 leads we had against Bournemouth, or beat a West Ham side that everybody beats at Old Trafford as well. Oh yeah, and the team that's also relegated in Wolves couldn't beat them at home either. So looking at that, this could have been a different game. It's not, and we're dealing with what's happening now. Ruben's been sacked, Michael Carrick is in, and now the pressure is on these players. And they have to deliver in this game. Otherwise, Old Trafford today will be it will be like a snake pit. Everybody looking to have a bite and have a go at Manchester United. They'll be expressing themselves today, the Manchester United fans, and they'll be after a piece of this team if they don't come off the pitch and have put any sort of performance in at all. I fully expect United to come out firing and fighting today. So let's have a quick look at the actual team then and what I think will happen. Now, obviously, this is not a guarantee. This is definitely not a lineup that I think is nailed on. I just got a feeling this is how he's going to go. So, looking at this, looking at Manchester United's lineup here, what do we think? Obviously, Lamens is going to be in goal. I think he goes to tried and trusted. And I hate to say this as well because we were talking yesterday and I've not forgotten about this. I just think it's for today. I'm guessing at what he might do. I hope he doesn't, is what I'm saying. And the fact that we've got players that he was working with last time he was in interim charge, 4 of them in the starting lineup in the outfield, tells you how bad Manchester United have been run. That there is a highlight of it. And this kind of made this. There's a little bit of me that wanted to put this team out just to show how poor Manchester United have been over the last few years, in how we've still got Diallo, Shaw, Maguire and Bruno Fernandes, like a third of our outfield on that pitch. I'm relying on them heavily to try and get through a game against Man City. I tell you what, go back to the season when Manchester City, and I've not done this, someone else might want to do it, go back to when Michael Carrick was in interim charge, go back to that season, and let's see how many of City's players are still in their side. And then you can compare both Manchester teams on how they've progressed and their obvious ambition or lack of within the hierarchy and the way that the team has been run. That, I think, will show. And that, I think, is exactly why Manchester United are where we are and why City are looking to try and close in on another title. It's clear. It's so obvious. You can only look at what's in front of you and the facts and the stats. And Diallo, Shaw, Maguire and Bruno, I think, will play today. I think they'll all start. I wouldn't play Diallo. I definitely wouldn't. I don't think that Maguire, honestly, I don't think that Tevin deserves to be out of the side. I don't. I think he's still raw, and I think the fact that we need strength and we don't want to be bullied today, Maguire will come in. He will come in today. I'll go through, I'll do a prediction of what I would do on my team in this. It's not much different, to be honest. I'll put it up on the screen in a moment, but I just feel like this is where he's going to be. I'm going to be honest, at left back, Shaw is our best left back. I can't argue with that. I honestly, looking at it, I feel that that's our best bet. Diallo, I would have out for Mazraoui instant left. For God's sake, get him out of this side. But he's not available, so I can't put him in. So obviously, it's Diallo or Dorgu. I think he's going to go with experience. And I think he'll put Dorgu in the side, Diallo in the side. I think it's just sensible. Leachart and Maguire at the back, obviously probably the most experienced in this Manchester United side, I would say, in there in front of Vlamens. I personally would like someone a bit bigger for them crosses, because City are dangerous in crosses. I think in set pieces in particular, you'll have Guardiola, you'll have Diaz, you'll have Tadinji Reinders coming forward. Obviously, you've got Haaland. You have got some absolute units coming in to this Manchester derby from the City side. And that's going to be a real threat for them going into this game. Set pieces, crosses, United are going to be weak. We're going to need a good commanding performance from Senna Lamens today. I think Kobbie Mainoo and Casemiro, because the way that Carrick likes to play, for instance, when we attack, he likes that 3-2-5 formation, where there's at least 5 attacking players. So I'm just using what he did at Middlesbrough and trying to think of the best technical and, well, ballers that we've got in our side. Now, I've still jury out on Kobbie Mainoo, as you all know, but in terms of him or Agate, I think Agate falls short in terms of ball retention. And Kobbie Mainoo, I think he's a better press-resistant player than Manuel Agate is. So if we're going to deal with that Manchester City front line and who I would prefer receiving the ball from the back, I would go with Kobbie Mainoo, thinking like Carrick would anyway. And look, I would put Kobbie Mainoo probably in my side for this game anyway as well. I'm not saying that I would drop Kobbie Mainoo here. If I'm picking him, I'm literally, I want other players, but we haven't got them and they're not available. So I would put Kobbie Mainoo in. We'll see what Carrick does. We're still holding on to that quote from a few months ago where he said he sees Kobbie Mainoo as more of an attacking player. Will Bruno Fernandes drop behind Kobbie Mainoo? That could be something that happens. Bruno Fernandes' energy up and down that pitch, better on the ball than Agate, of course. After all of this, could we actually see Bruno playing deeper? Could it be more of a different look on this? Could it be more of a look at Bruno Fernandes playing in a 3-man midfield rather than that number 10 and rather than being too deep? Let's not forget, he does like to play very offensive and control the ball. So I'm thinking of retention, I'm thinking of ball playing players. He wants the players to be expressive and he wants them to go and win games. And that's why I've picked that team now. That's what I think he will go with. The biggest decision is obviously Cunha or Bryan Mbeumo. I think Bruno's definitely going to start. So I think Bruno will be in there. Sesko, as the only striker, will come in. I think Cunha drops out. I mean, you could say that Cunha's been playing for Manchester United and Amad and Mbeumo haven't, but they've been playing well for their country, and I think they're in better form right now. I would use Cunha as an impact sub. I would drop Cunha personally. And there's not much difference. My team there really is Diallo out and Dorgu in, because I just don't think Diallo, and he's more experienced, yes, and you could argue that he's a better defensive player. I still don't think he is. I don't think he stops crosses, and crosses in the box with Haaland in there is going to be a real issue for Man United today. So that, I think, is why I would play Dorgu, but I don't think he will. I think he'll go with experience. Experience of failing is the way I would put it with Diallo. Not wanting to sound too downbeat and negative on Derby Day, of course, but you know where I'm coming from. And that, I think, is like, will cause City problems. Will definitely cause City problems. If Bryan Mbeumo comes back with a bit between his teeth, Amad comes back and starts running at that defence, Bruno has a Bruno game, and Sesko gets in like he has been doing on the end of crosses over the last 3 games, then we've got a good chance of really causing problems for Manchester City. It's at the other end where I think we're absolutely done for. And I don't know how I would play that midfield in front of that back line. And then the pace is obviously a concern. There's no one with blistering pace in Manchester United's defence. Not one player. Honestly, you can look at Shaw, no. Look at Diallo, no. And Martinez and Maguire are slow. De Ligt's slow. Yoro and Heaven are probably our quickest, but they're not lightning quick. And you're never going to be able to deal with Haaland. So how do you do it? What do you commit to? I'd probably go with the fact that Leacher, De Ligt missing, Yoro and Heaven not being strong enough. Maguire is strong enough to deal with Haaland. Let's take one of Haaland's strengths away and let's put a powerhouse in there and try and stop that. The pace is the pace. There's no one that can cope with that. But at least let's put someone on there who can handle the physicality of Haaland, and that's why Maguire slots in. And I think that would be a sensible decision for United. Look, you get your comments in there, everybody. Don't forget, by the way, we had 15 winners on the prediction game last time out. Get in there now. The leaderboard is building. There are your options on the screen now, everybody. Get in there and get picking. Will Phil Foden score or get an assist? Yes or no? Same for Bruno Fernandes. Yes or no? Doku, you've got that option there as well. I would say no to Doku because I see City's threat coming from elsewhere. Man City will lead at half-time. It's a pretty good bet. I would say, yeah, yes or no. I'm stuck here. I'm going to put mine in a little bit as well here. Will there be under 4 cards? Definitely a no for me on that one. I would hope it would be a no anyway. There will be over 3 goals in this match. Yes. Always, I think, with a Carrick team and the way that Pep's going at the moment and how far City are in front in terms of goal scoring this season. You've got 2 of the highest goal-scoring teams in the league. Your odds on that are going to be right up there, so that's a yes. Haaland will score. You might as well bank on that. Although his record at Old Trafford isn't great, I think today is the day that he breaks that duck. And there will be more than 9 corners. That's a tricky one. I might leave that one alone, actually. Get that in there and then join that long leaderboard, which we have already got rocking up this morning, everybody. Get in there now, people. Be in with a chance. If you look at that leaderboard now, 50% of that leaderboard, if you match it up to the last game against Brighton, won on this. Put whatever wager you want on this, and you could be in with a chance of winning anything in the prize pot that is available. Currently, there is well over 400 quid in there. So, yeah, get into it and put your predictions in, get in there, get involved in our leaderboard for the Manchester Derby. That will be running throughout the game as well, and there will be updates on that page. If you have already done this game and you've downloaded the app for Big Up is there now as well. The link for that is also in the description on this video, everybody. The link for the game is also in the live chat and the top link in the description. You'll get a notification anyway on the app with all of the updates as well. It is fully interactive now, everybody. And you can see at the bottom of your screen there, bottom right, OK Jerseys, who are sponsoring the match again today. They will be giving away another 6 different tops from their store as well. They will be drawn out randomly later on today for anybody who enters this game, the prediction game. So get onto that as well, everybody, and get on there as quickly as you possibly can. You have up until kickoff to get your predictions in. And just to top it off, just to finish it all off, if you do enter the game, you are automatically entered into a prize draw for 25,000. So you are in for that, a prize of 25,000. Yes, we draw that out every single month. So get in there and get in with a chance of winning that big prize, as well as actually winning on the game today. And of course, being in with a chance of being drawn out to win one of the tops. There are already 30 in on our leaderboard. Get in there now. Let's see if we can get it up near 50 before the end of the day, before we kick off, everybody. Right, let's get into... Sorry, just going through the news as well there quickly. Let's get into some of the comments from everybody now. There is, say, a few little updates on transfers that I want to bring up in a moment as well. So we'll get into that also. But let's get your comments in, how you see today going, everybody. Get in there now. Good morning, mates. Been on the road for 2 hours, 2.5 more to go. Hope to catch you outside the ground to say hello before we get absolutely battered. At Block's record, by the way. Every time he goes to Old Trafford, Manchester United lose. Is today the day? Get into the comment section. Is today the day when everything changes for Block and that hoodoo that he's got on the Old Trafford games for United changes? Get in the comments and let me know. I have also got a poll running right now. Match day result today, everybody. What are you going for? United win, United lose, or a draw? As expected with everything that we're looking at today, United lose is winning the way, but there are 38% of that poll and that vote actually saying that Manchester United are going to win today. So, well over half of the vote are saying that Man United are going to get something from this today, because 16% of you as well are saying that United will get a draw. I'll take a draw today. I'll take a draw all day long. That was my team, and you've seen that. Manchester United's form going into this game doesn't give us much confidence. The last time we won was obviously Boxing Day, and we're coming up nearly a month without a win. If we don't get something from Arsenal and Man City, and we really are looking at probably one of our worst runs in a long, long time here, in all competitions. Still, I'm still feeling the effects of the Brighton defeat in the FA Cup. That was damning for Manchester United. That was really bad. And it's hard to bring players back up and hard to bring players back around after a poor performance like that. But maybe Carrick can like what was said yesterday. The vibe is good around Carrington. The vibe is looking more positive. Good reactions. Maybe Carrick can get something out of these players. Let's get some comments in anyway. If there are any City fans in there, is anyone worried? Is anyone really worrying about the Michael Carrick effect? Is there going to be a new manager bounce today for United and we really scupper that title charge for Man City? Anyway, APS says, Mbeumo, Ahmad, Mount, Cunha, Bruno, number 10. So that's what you would go for. So you would put Mount in the midfield then, basically, is what you're saying. And you would take out Benjamin Sesko. We need Sesko. He's our informed goal scorer at the moment. We need some presence up there, don't we? We do. We really do need something, I feel. I'm worried about Semenyo. I'm worried about Haaland and that power and that pace at the back more than anything for United. I'm trying not to think about that and look at what Man United can do to Manchester City. It's a tough game. It's a very, very tough game. Everything that City have got in their arsenal are everything that is United's defence worst nightmare, to be honest. It really is. And it's hard to see us keeping a clean sheet today. So the focus is going to be on Man United taking chances, I think. And we do need to start being a bit more clinical. We've just not been. And that's the thing. We don't take our chances. They always seem to fall to the wrong players, like Diallo in the last game. And I think Cunha's been off form. Bruno obviously has to have a good game today. The fact that Mbeumo and Ahmad are back, I think, gives United that tiny little bit more hope. Not going today, says Ray. We like Scooby-Doo with our mystery central midfielder up against Haaland and co. Let us pray. We need it. Yeah, more on that mystery player as well in a moment. Did anyone figure out who it was yet? No updates on it yet that I've got from last night's update show here on FUTV. Bruno midfield to accommodate Ahmad, Cunha and Mbeumo and Sesko. Would you put Cunha in at 10 then? Is that what you're saying? And drop Mainu or play Bruno and Mainu? I think that might be a bit crazy. To be honest, that will give us 0 defensive midfielders whatsoever and go out all attack. That would be that would be crazy. You would have 6 attacking players on the pitch and 4 defenders against City's front line. We do have to think a little bit about defence in this game. We cannot just think, right, we're going to score 1 more than Man City because our defence is crap. We might as well just go for it. If we go for it, this team will get demoralised instantly if City start scoring goals. And that's going to be the biggest problem that we've got. We're not going to be able to cope with the pressure and pile on that City are going to bring us, I don't think. So that's another concern of mine in terms of when Man United go behind, are we going to be able to handle that? Are we going to be able to deal with it and still think that we can get something from this game? Because as soon as we lose that bit of belief, as soon as we lose the hope that we can get something from it, United will collapse. And we cannot afford a humiliating defeat today. It will be, honestly, it's not the end of Carrick, obviously, but it will be the end of any hope for this fan base if United don't, if we're not at least in the game, let's say. So it's tight and we might just lose it on the odd goal. I think there's a lot of fans that would probably say, like, as long as we perform well and give it an absolute go, we can let that go a little bit because it's City who are miles ahead of us. But if United get demolished today, expect this fan base to be in absolute uproar. And that protests will start to build and build and build. And it's going to get angry. There's going to have to be some serious organising behind this because the protests will come after the transfer window closes. And if United have not done any business in that transfer window, then there is going to be carnage outside Old Trafford, I feel. And look, I'm not saying that that's organised carnage. I'm just saying there'll be angry fans that if anything goes wrong or there's any slight issue at all, it will escalate quickly because they are absolutely at their wits' end, this fan base. Everybody's fed up. And that's the problem you've got. Tesco Lover says, today is a new beginning. Will we see more attack with Carrick? A Champions League, here we come. Dwayne says, before Mbeumo went to AFCON, he was crap. He was in poor form. During AFCON, he was crap. I don't think he was. He got a couple of plays of the match. So I don't think he was bad. But I would still play Mbeumo over Cunha if I had to choose which one. Can't see him doing much. Ahmad on the left, question mark. His games comes from the right, but Carrick's a different type of attack. Remember that. So that's the problem that you've got. Where will the service come from for Sesko, he says. Well, there you go. What's Carrick created? Again, it's the unknown, and that's why I've picked them players, because they're our creative players. Bruno Fernandes will feed Benjamin Sesko. Ahmad will get that ball into the box. So too will Bryan Mbeumo. You need clever footballers on the pitch today. And at the moment, Cunha is probably the worst player out of that bunch. And I'm not saying that he's a bad player there. I just think in terms of form, I would go with Ahmad and Mbeumo and Bruno to supply and support Sesko. Because I think Cunha today, of all days, look, he could harness the energy of the Manchester derby and go out there and do like he did against Liverpool at Anfield and be brilliant. But at the moment, he's trying to do too much and he's overcooking everything. And that's my concern with it. Jane says, in the summer, we need 2 central midfield players and a left back and a right back who could bomb forward and also defend. We need 3 central midfielders minimum, I think, mate, because I don't see the ones we've got now staying. I think Bruno Casemiro and Agate will be out the door in the summer for their own reasons, like we've said and discussed on other shows before. So I think we need at least 3, maybe even 4, mate, when you look at that, because I think we need 2 now with what we've got. And we've got 4, apparently, in the squad now. I think we need 2 more on top of them. So if you get rid of 3 of them, do the math and look at it that way. I mean, Orozco coming in, the 18-year-old Colombian, I don't think will be suffice. Like, he's not going to be a first-team starter. So minimum 3 central midfielders coming in. And that would be normally with keeping a couple. But I don't see Bruno hanging around. Maybe if we get Champions League, Bruno stays. That's all I can think at the moment. But with another manager coming in, Bruno won't be classed as a midfielder anyway. So you're automatically losing Bruno Fernandes from that midfield. So if there's only 2 places available, I think we need 4 out-and-out midfielders there. Whether that's with what we've got now and making the numbers up with others coming in, we'll see. But I think we need an 8 and a 6, probably 2 6s and an 8, I would say. We need different options, but you're dead right about the fullbacks. The fullback situation needs addressing. We need a left back, fast, and I think maybe look for a right back. Mazraoui, if we're playing 4 at the back, I think is suffice for now, but still we need an upgrade on that as well, I think. Mazraoui is our best fullback out of everyone we've got, I think. And obviously, I'm not trying to put him down or say that he's not good enough, but I think we still need more if we're going to progress, definitely. More comments coming in, piling. I'm going to get through as many as I possibly can before I move up to the transfer news and what's happening there. Only Pep could lose all his centre-backs and spend 20 million on a free summer transfer. Yep, I know. City spending and spending and spending again. With no sign of any outcome coming from their charges. It's all gone quiet. It's typical, isn't it? Just on the eve. Thank God that Matt Gehi wasn't signed in time to play against us. Jesus. I'm keeping an eye on all of the news as it comes in. Obviously, on match day, there is lots and lots of news coming through leading up to the game as well, everybody. I mean, there's a few comments in there. Like Kaz has also said, maybe Agate plays because he's more defensive. And we need that one defence-minded player. But Agate's been bombing forward as well recently. I'm hoping that Carrick has just got them in a shape that suits the players, that suits what they're going to do today. And I think I hope he just picks the players that fit that position better. Oh yeah, he's blocking the Megastore today. He's blocking the Megastore entrance, and we're all going to have to put together to bail him out later on. So yeah, we're going to have to all put in and get him out because he's going to do his bit for the cause today outside. Babs is in the chat and says, I bet the board members will get properly heckled in the crowd today if the Glazers turn up, which we're expecting them to do. They're in town. And I'm going to be honest, I've not seen anything of them leaving. I would expect them to go and watch the game if they're in Manchester having meetings on Thursday, for instance. So, yeah, definitely in Old Trafford. You know what's coming, don't you? Like, can you imagine? I don't think we're going to be allowing them Glazer out and Jim can't fix it banners in the Stretford end. I don't think that's going to happen today. I really don't. Obviously, there's going to be a big security presence in Old Trafford today. If the Glazers are in there and United get tonked, oh, it's not going to be a place you want to be. If you are a positive Man United fan, you don't want to be in Old Trafford today if this goes wrong, because this place is going to turn very sour and very bitter and I think toxic very quickly if things don't go right on the pitch. And if them, and I say that, them parasites are sat inside Old Trafford, well, this is all going on. Well, yeah, you know what I mean. That isn't going to be nice. In fact, Graham, who is in the chat, won't be too far away from Graham's season ticket, isn't far away from where the Glazers would be sat as well. So we'll gauge from Graham, hopefully, after the game as well, from what the atmosphere was like in that stand. And hopefully I can give you some insight into how it was around there. Look, if United get a win, then everyone's happy and no one's talking about it. But after the game, if things go wrong for United, then, whoa, yeah, we're in for a right old one today. Let's get some more comments, everybody. People saying drop Bruno Fernandes in there. I don't think that's going to happen. Let's see what we've got. Agate being defensive doesn't matter. He's crap defensively. Martinez is better in that position, whilst being better on the ball, better distribution, better distribution. Oh my God, I can't say the word. Distribution. Jesus, Adam, come on. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to have to wake myself up a little bit for the game. Sorry, everyone. Got completely tongue-twisted there. Right. With the transfer news, let's get into that. Keep your thoughts coming in on the game. I'm going to come back to them again in this show before we finish up, of course. Please make sure you keep liking the video as well. We're about to hit the 200 mark well live, which is mega and always our target, as you know. Also, make sure that you do please get involved in our prediction game, everybody. That is up there now and it is running. We had it up before. There it is now again. They're your options for your predictions today. And if you look into that there are plenty of options there that you could always steal in and get a little win on. 15 winners last weekend against Brighton on this game. We're going to be hoping for the same. You'll be entered into a $25,000 draw as well for the end of the month. One person picked out. And if you enter this game against Man City later on today, this evening, you will be in with a chance of being drawn out randomly to win a prize courtesy of our matchday sponsors, OK Jerseys, that you can see at the bottom of the screen there as well. And let's have a quick look at our leaderboard. Well, we are at it. Let's see how many we've got in there. Get in there now. You have up until kickoff to get your predictions in, everybody, and be with a chance of winning on the game. It is growing and growing and growing. We're hoping to try and get near 50 people involved in the game before kickoff as well. Only 17 left. I've not got mine in there either yet. I'm going to be doing mine just on the way to the game itself. So make sure that you get yours in now, everybody. Right, transfer news. Keep your comments coming in, please, as well, everybody. Obviously, yesterday we went through the mystery bomber, you could say, that Ben Jacobs dropped. Manchester United on Thursday spoke to a midfielder that used to be in the Premier League, but now he's played in Europe, and a loan deal was being eyed up for Manchester United and a move to be made till the end of this season. Still no idea. Lots of news, rumours around Loftus-Cheek were flying around. Don't think that was going to happen. I'm going to be honest. I said it yesterday, like, whoever it is clearly not been good enough before. And this, when you compare us to what's happening with Manchester City, really isn't good. Now, there is also a report on Sky as well, and Sky were reporting with everything going on with Oliver Glasner yesterday. I don't know if you've seen that. Glasner saying in his press conference he will be leaving Crystal Palace at the end of the season. He's not signing a new deal. Maybe this is because they've sold his captain on him now. They haven't given him any replacements at all from this summer. And now we're getting news, and this has come from Sky, there is a real chance that Jean-Philippe Mateta, 28, could be joining Captain Marc Guéhi in leaving Crystal Palace this month. He wants to play for a Champions League club. Oh. Or, no, there's hope, or a club that have a good chance of playing in the competition next season. I'm sure Sky have done that on purpose just to get interactions from Manchester United fans, because that's how you're going to look at it, aren't you? We could, of course we could. We're well within our chances, well within a chance of getting into the Champions League next season, because we're only 2 places off them Champions League places now. So, by the way, if United beat City today, we go 4th for the first time this season. Can you believe that? After everything that's happened and the carnage and car crash of a season, if United actually beat City today, we not only get to stick it to the City fans and ruin their title charge, we actually go 4th. Right in there. Honestly, before anyone else plays today, a madness of a season. It really is. But the story on Mateta is, I think, because of the fallout after what Oliver Glasner was talking about yesterday. So Guéhi gets sold. Glasner announces that. Glasner also announces in the same press conference that he is leaving Crystal Palace at the end of the season. So that's got talk of a potential move to Old Trafford as the new manager coming in. So with that being said, obviously now you would expect Glasner to be speaking to other parties, to other football clubs. I'm guessing one of them will be United, whether you like it or not. That conversation is going to happen, and United will want to find out what Glasner's made of and what the conditions are to take him as the manager. He will be on Man United's shortlist. There's nothing that we can do about it. If you don't like the idea, I'm afraid it's tough. He will be there because there's no guarantee United are going to get one of these big names, which we really need. We need an Ancelotti, a Tuchel, an Enrique type of manager, Unai Emery. They're the top 4, I think. And obviously, Unai Emery is a million miles away because he's at Villa, who are a miles better run club than us at the moment, with a better chance of progressing on all fronts. So they're the ones. Glasner isn't realistically in that category. I don't think he's in there as a proven Premier League, to say, elite manager yet, although he's worked miracles with this Palace side. That cannot be ignored. I don't think he has been backed properly. I think Palace could have really moved on and challenged this season, but there's been a clear fallout behind the scenes, and he's losing more and more players. From his team last season, he's now lost his captain in the middle of the season and Eza, and not had adequate replacements. If he loses Mateta, you might as well walk and rip up your contract. Because there's no hope. And Crystal Palace languishing now down in the bottom half of the table as well. So Mateta looking to jump ship as well, it would seem. And if the opportunity comes about, maybe with Crystal Palace accepting that this season, well, how can you accept that this season is a write-off when you've still got the Europa Conference League to play for? I think losing players, I think they're feeling there that they're not going to be able to win the Conference League now with Marc Guéhi gone as well. Like, you're losing your captain in the middle of a season. A disaster. Maybe Mateta for United. If I'm Man United right now, I'm going putting 40 million on the table and saying, give me Jean-Philippe Mateta. I think he's a player that United would want to go for anyway in the summer. And if Ineos wanted to show us that they were willing to be flexible with this model of bringing in the right profile of players, i.e. the younger players, and develop them, then show us, the fans, that you're willing to help them younger players by bringing experienced Premier League quality in as well to help them develop and take the pressure off them. Because when the pressure's on younger players at Man United at the moment, we've all seen what happens. We sink, and we sink fast, and they fall away completely. I don't know if you've seen the comments from Antonio Conte having a right old go at Ruben Amorim over the Rasmus Højlund situation, in saying that some managers just give up on players and don't want to do their jobs. giving up on young players like Rasmus Højlund instead of coaching them and just calling them out and saying that they're the problem. Really going in on it. And obviously we're seeing Rasmus Højlund do well over in Napoli at the moment. It just goes to show, at United, there is no time and the pressure is that much that certain transfer decisions need to be made. Bring in an accomplished player now, whether it be a centre-back, a centre-mid or a striker, whatever your priority is, you bring in any of them positions because we need them all. We do. It's not just midfield. We need a striker. We need a central midfielder. We need a fullback. We need a centre-back. We need all of them players. Go and get Mateta. Put 40 million on the table and say, look, he's going to have 1 year left at the end of this season. You're not going to get that when he turns 29. Give it us now and then go and get another striker in. Go and get somebody else in to see his season out and then maybe give a new manager in the summer something to spend. Look, I'm trying to make something out of maybe nothing there, I know, but that is there. And Manchester United have got an opportunity in January to make a mark in this window. And I'm telling you right now, if we don't beat City, we lose to Arsenal, which is very, very possible, as we know, because we're crap and they're good. And we don't sign anybody. And then on February the 1st, when United play Fulham, when that happens, that protest could get nasty very quickly. As organised as it is, and it is going to be fully organised, I have tweeted it out on my Twitter page in link with the 58 group, along with many other accounts. If you want to be there and voice your frustrations and be part of the march, then the information is there, everybody. And we will keep on promoting that through FUTV as well. Again, I don't think it's going to make a difference to these absolute parasites. Honestly, at the front of these owners turning up on Manchester Derby Day, of all days, after you've just sacked Ruben Amorim and put in Michael Carrick, in our worst period, you've got the front to turn up? No, I don't think protests are going to help Manchester United. But one thing I am on board with is bringing this fan base together and us all being as one. That's the most important thing right now. One voice. Let's go forward. Bring back Weghorst in one super chat. Lacey is suspended. Lacey got a brace last night, by the way, in the under-21s. Back at it for them and smashing it at that level. I think Lacey will feature for United this season going forward. Again, this is why I don't know why we're not moving Joshua Zirkzee on at this point. I would move Zirkzee on and go and get the money. But even if you get a loan fee and then get an obligation on Zirkzee, whatever you can, and then go and buy Mateta. These are the things that Man United fans are now expecting from this ownership. Go out and show us that you're willing to put more in. Because if you don't, then you're going to get zero support from this fan base. And this club is going to turn toxic quickly. I'm telling you now. Loads of likes coming in, everyone. Thank you so much for that. Keep them piling in, everyone. And keep your thoughts coming in the comment section, please. United don't have any pull. Players want Champions League football. City is the bigger club with the major pull nowadays. Well, when you look at Liverpool wanting Guehi, I may do something different. I'm building up a lot of information on the City situation at the moment. I may do another piece of content on that, maybe on Adam FC as well. Extra content coming today on Adam FC. I might actually vlog my matchday experience today of the Manchester Derby. God help me. But that might be up later on today, everybody. That's going to be an interesting one. Adam in the stands. Yeah, well played, Manchester City. Brace yourselves, everybody. That could be interesting. Anyway, let's get some more of your thoughts. Wait until the summer to sell Zirkzee. There will be a queue of Italian clubs after him. Depends what you get for him. Does his value decrease if he's not playing this season? Because he's not going to play in this next 17 games. Someone's going to take an opportunity on us now, I think, in the summer and say, well, Zirkzee's not playing, so you don't want him, so here's a cheeky bid. Whereas right now, it's half a chance you might be able to negotiate an obligation with someone. And we know we've got money because we went for Semenyo. So I know that we could get Mateta for the right price. 40 million, go get that done. Go get that done. Take advantage of the turmoil at Crystal Palace. Get in there and get that money in, is what I say. And don't give Palace an option. Obviously, we've probably go You look at Crystal Palace right now, they're probably thinking, no chance that we're going to get rid of anyone else now. Can you imagine? But with the manager leaving, a weird scenario over there at Palace now. So you never know, is all I'm saying. You never know. Get some more. Yeah, I would definitely start having Shea Lacey in the squad. He's going to be a real good player for us. Look, he's going to find it difficult. With the players that are back, he doesn't get ahead of any of our top forwards. He doesn't get ahead of anyone like Ahmad, Mbeumo or Cunha. He's never going to. That's what we've got to accept. But instead of Xerxes, would I have him? I mean, Xerxes offers us I would say, the size and physicality. It depends what you want from your bench, really, doesn't it? If Carrick wants to have that physical presence, then you keep Xerxes. If he wants to just add a little bit of skill and a bit more something different wide, then sell Xerxes or loan him and use the money you've got to bring in Mateta. Obviously, I don't think you'll be able to sell Xerxes. It'll be a loan with an obligation at best. And you've got Lacey there as well. Look, I'm looking at options. Obviously, that's not my priority right now. I don't care if Xerxes stays or if he goes. Midfield is the issue. And I would like to know who this mystery midfielder is. That's going to be... it's going to be interesting. I don't know. Honestly, at United at the moment, it is a circus, isn't it? It's like I'm behind door one is nobody. Behind door number 2, a mystery prize. It's like a game show. Honestly, City go out and get Crystal Palace's captain and go out and get Bournemouth's best player. Man United, we're guessing. It's a game. One team has moved forward. One team is going backwards quickly. There is a chance to stop the rot. It's whether this ownership has got it in them to actually pump that in and use the money that this club is making to get that player. Honestly, if we brought in a striker or a midfielder or a defender right now, it's going to help Man United get Champions League football. So get out there and get it bleeding done. That's all I'm saying. That's got to happen, surely. Anyway, that is our show this morning, everybody. Thank you so much. Make sure that you do actually get involved with the prediction league that is up now, everyone. Get your predictions in on the Manchester Derby today, everybody. That is their top link in the description and, of course, in the live chats right now. We already have plenty of people in on the game now already. Let's just have a quick check on our leaderboard and just see exactly how many we have got in there. There are your options, 8 options. You only have to pick 2 to be on the leaderboard. You don't have to go for all 8. Just pick as many as you want. Scrolling down there, yep, plenty of people in, 33 on our leaderboard already. Get in there now, get your predictions in, everybody, before kick-off and be with a chance of winning all of them prizes. Thank you so much, mods. Thank you, Super Chats. Thank you, everybody who's involved in the show this morning. Absolutely love that. And I will be back, obviously, after the game. I'll be back probably later on this evening as well with all of the updates from in and around Manchester United. Let's hope that we're talking a positive vibe. I'm not confident now. I'm going to be honest. My prediction before I go into the game, I see Manchester United losing this game 3-1. That is my score prediction for the game. Sounds really negative, doesn't it? I want United to win. I do. I think 2-2 is our best option. 2-2 draw. I think United could get. It's either that or a 3 or 4-1 win for Man City, I think, today. And that's me being brutally honest. Sorry to be downbeat about it, everybody, but these players are going to have to do something to convince me. And I pray that they do. Cheers for watching, everyone. I'll see you all later on. Like, share, and subscribe as always.